At shooting guard, Jordan Clarkson. At the other guard position, Keontae George. At power forward, John Howard. Let's meet the starting five for your Milwaukee Bucks. At the shooting guard position, standing 6'5", number 5, Gary Trent Jr. At small forward, at 6'9" number 18, Kyle Kuzma. The man in the middle, 7 feet tall, number 11, at the other guard position, standing 6'2", number 0, Damian Lillard. At forward, 6'11", number 34, the Green Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. And tonight we've got the Milwaukee Bucks playing against the Utah Jazz. I'm Brian Anderson. Well, this matchup features two teams that are elite when it comes to rebounding, Doris.
You know, there was a point at which, BA, it felt like rebounding was almost... especially on the offensive end, de-emphasized. Now you're getting back to a point where understanding dominating the defensive backboards. It means finishing your possession defensively and offensively creating more opportunity. It's an important aspect on both ends.
Here are the starters for Utah. Collins and Kessler there in the middle. Clarkson the 2 and Markkanen is the 3. And it's George in at point guard. Clarkson outside. Collins with a screen on Trent. Here's Clarkson. Oh, it's blocked by Lopez. And it's out of bounds. Still Utah's ball. And it's Utah with the ball. And that one's good. Markkanen. Now here's Antetokounmpo. He got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
First personal foul.
Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the strike. Grant, a big reason for Utah to be excited about the future. Their young head coach, Will Hardy.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he's had this team competitive after trading away both Mitchell and Gobert. And I love how Hardy has developed guys like Lauri Markkanen.
5 on the clock. Trent from long range.
Clarkson using his combination of size and speed to affect the shot. That's really good defense.
George outside. To the paint. And there's Clarkson. That one's good. On the assist by George.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Kuzma. And it's Kuzma finishing it off.
Oh, Kyle Kuzma off his feet in a hurry. Nice finish.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Doc Rivers. And I took the time to ask him about his strategy for Lauri Markkanen, and he said, we know he's going to hit big shots and be physical on the floor, but we're going to make him work for everything tonight. I hope we can test every shot that he takes. Hope and hard work. Can't ask for more than that, guys.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Here's Antetokounmpo. Trent outside. Out to the right wing. Lopez finds Lillard. Shoots over George. They get it back. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. Kuzma for three. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Kessler. And a chance to see the latest edition of the power rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. You look at the Grizzlies. They're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
You know, for the Bucks, they're a team that still feels like they can get better. The season is young, so they are still hopeful that they can improve their ranking.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Kuzma for three.
Walker Kessler's presence will be felt on the defensive end. Just outstanding work.
Utah leading. George outside. To the left wing. It's George on the wing. Inside. Here's Collins. Over Antetokounmpo. And the Jazz tack on 2 more.
John Collins taking some contact on that shot. Does not faze him at all.
Collins against Antetokounmpo. And the bucket is good.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
Clarkson outside. Back to George. Clarkson with the ball. And it's Kuzma picking him up. Clarkson against Kuzma. It's tipped.
I'll tell you what, Kyle Kuzma has committed to being a better defender, and he sends that shot back.
And it's out of bounds. Still Utah's ball. And now a look at last season's most proficient free throw shooters. Damian Lillard, 4th.
Very steady at the line. He's the guy who isn't rattled easily, and that shows in his free throw shooting numbers.
And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Here's Markkanen.
Well, you love the hustle that Brook Lopez plays with on the defensive end. He may not be the quickest guy, but he will give his all.
And they take the lead. Antetokounmpo's got 5 now.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
Get loud once again for us.
Pass to Kessler. Back to George. Kessler a screen. Fires top of the key. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Milwaukee has gone 0 for 4 from deep to start this one. Markkanen against Lillard. Tries it from the top of the key. And he's missed his first 2 shots of the game.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Here's Collins. And then it's Collins with the dunk.
John Collins has tremendous vertical showing off right there.
Lillard looking around. Here's Antetokounmpo. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. For NBA fans, early season games are so entertaining to watch, Grant. What's your favorite part of the early goings?
You know, BA, take your pick. Rookie development, team chemistry building. Plus, you wait all off season to see how your team measures up. And now we get to find out.
Filipowski, he's checked in for Utah. Sexton comes in for Clarkson. And Grant, the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
You're spot on, BA. You surround them with shooting, and you have the makings of an offensive juggernaut.
To the inside. Oh, got a piece of it. Kessler passes to George. Knocks down the long J.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
Pass to Kuzma. Lopez with it. He did not look good in their loss to the Cavaliers the other night. Clock at 6. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Here's Filipowski. Pass to George. Kessler, a screen on Lillard. George for 3. Another 3 for Utah.
What a versatile scorer Keontae George is. How about the range?
Lillard against George. Kessler with a rebound. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for Utah. It's a 3-point game. Pass to Filipowski. Markkanen for 3. Rebounded by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
Jazz leading by 3. Markkanen looking it over. Here's Filipowski. Antetokounmpo covering. Here's George. He has 6. Outside Sexton. Launches it from deep. Tries to save it. Milwaukee with the rebound. Antetokounmpo has got 5 rebounds tonight. It's good.
And you know Lillard loves setting up his guys. He's got a great eye for where to move the ball.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And the Bucks will go for a different look here. Sims, he's checked in for Lopez. Portis comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Green's checked in for Kuzma. And it's Porter Jr. in for Trent. Sensabaugh's checked in for Utah. Collier comes in for George. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Damian Lillard picks one up.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
He hits the second from the line. Doris, when we talk about home court advantages, the Jazz have amongst the best.
They do, VA. You have to play at altitude. They're also a little bit isolated as well, so travel is hard. But let me tell you this, their fan base is loud. L-O-U-D.
Shot clock at 6. Nails it from beyond the arc. And the Bucks lead by 1.
There you go. Not the best start, but maybe that's the shot that gets him in rhythm.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Who poked away. Now here's Porter. Tight defense on him. Here's Lillard. Again, the Bucks. Good for 2.
He's known for the long ball, but Lillard every bit as effective in the mid-range.
Here's Collier. There's a minute 47 left in the first quarter. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. And this is the first season matchup for him against this Utah team.
And they dominated this team last season. Big difference in talent level.
For 3, here's Lillard. The rebound by Markkanen.
Just imagine if he was shooting better. The lead would be even bigger.
Here he goes. Shot's good by Sensabaugh.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
We've got 1:13 left to play in the first quarter. Lillard passes to Porter. Back to Lillard. Shoots over Collier. Out of bounds. It'll be Utah's ball. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Damian Lillard last season becoming the 51st NBA player ever to cross the 20,000 point threshold and the 17th fastest to ever do it. He said it's a great accomplishment and a rare space to be in. I'm like, man, I might be able to get 27 or 28,000 if I can stay healthy. Ryan, I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, me either. Thanks, Allie.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Green, the pass to Lillard. On the wing, Porter. Check by Sexton. Just 4 to shoot. Back to Lillard. Green for 3. It's hauled in by Sensabaugh.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Lillard against Clarkson. Lillard comes with a double. Pass to Collier. The 3 is up. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Outplayed in their previous game on their schedule, losing to the Cavs.
That's a game they'd like to put in the rearview mirror. They know they treated it a little too lightly.
They sleptwalked through that entire effort. Way too much talent on the roster for them to let that happen.
Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Utah ahead. They're up by 2. And back in a moment. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Utah.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep. And they have been thus far.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
So the Jazz 5 right now. Collier is out there with Colin Sexton. Then it's Jordan Clarkson. Then it's Filipowski. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 4-man position. And here's Porter. Yet to see a basket. The rebound by Filipowski. Here's Collier. Pass to Clarkson. For 3, Sexton. Giannis with the rebound. Antetokounmpo has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Outside for Porter. And the 3 off target. And so it's Sexton who brings up the ball for Utah. Well, they put up a nice win against Chicago last time out.
You have to credit the game plan going in, especially at the offensive end, where they were just so relentless.
And that's not an easy environment to play in. To score at the rate they did on the road says a lot about their intensity and focus.
Utah's gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. You know, Grant, looking at the career of Colin Sexton, he had a huge third season, averaged 24 a game.
Yeah, B.A., and unfortunately, Colin hurt his knee early during his 4th year. Had season-ending surgery, but we've seen Sexton make a full comeback and just a dynamic scoring guard.
Rollins passes to Antetokounmpo. A rim-rattling jam by Giannis.
I mean, the size and athleticism of Giannis, arguably without precedent, an incredibly prolific finisher.
Down low. Rejected by Antetokounmpo. Right side, Porter shoots over Collier. Utah grabs the miss. Over Antetokounmpo.
Giannis puts his touch on every aspect of the game. Big reach on display that time.
They now take the lead. Green's got himself on the board with a 3 there. And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
They've been pretty intimidating on the defensive end, knocking away shootings, containing shooters, and making it tough to find looks.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
Milwaukee in the lead. Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, come on, Giannis. Unreal.
Beyond belief. I mean, such a creative talent. And I'm not surprised to see Giannis get flashy on the finish.
Impressive looks on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And it's Jordan Clarkson with the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Milwaukee making some changes. Brook Lopez comes in for Portis. And it's Gary Trent Jr. in for Green. And a switch here also for Utah. Martin, he's checked in for Clarkson. Pass to Rollins. Lets the three fly. Out left to the wing. Back to Lopez. Outside Porter. Antetokounmpo against Martin. Another shot. Oh, Giannis using his size inside.
And man, does Giannis work hard on the glass. Being rewarded for his efforts right there.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. Sensabaugh drains it. Now he's 3 for 5.
Assist by Collier.
Here's Porter. Still without a bucket. Shoots off the step back. Utah grabs the miss. Sexton's got 4 rebounds in the game. Pass to Collier. Here's Sensabaugh. Collins with a screen on Porter. To the middle. Antetokounmpo with the block. Here's Rollins. Checked by Sexton. Antetokounmpo inside. Collins there. And that one's good. Antetokounmpo's got 8 points in the quarter.
His efficiency has been a big factor in helping them capture this lead.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Here's Collier. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, BA. The Bucks know they are a high-level team, but they want to dominate the competition on another level.
Kuzma's checked in for Milwaukee. Lillard comes in for Porter Jr. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Utah. George comes in for Sexton. Antetokounmpo inside. Collins defending. Antetokounmpo, that's good.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Collins outside. Pass to Collier. Fires it from 18. Utah with another miss.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
And the basket by Antetokounmpo.
He hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
Here's Collier. Kessler, a screen on Lillard. Inside. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. That's on Brook Lopez. Well, the Jazz are one of just 10 NBA franchises to never win a championship.
Yeah, you know, it's so hard to believe considering they had the 4th best winning percentage in NBA history. Think about it. If it weren't for one Michael Jordan, they'd probably have 2 rings.
Clarkson's checked in for Utah. That's going to be over and back. Not watching the line on that one. George finds Clarkson. Kessler, a screen on Trent. Trent against Clarkson. Just 5 to shoot. Markkanen with a screen on Trent. Pass to Markkanen. For 3, George drills it from deep. George has gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
No hesitation from Keontae George. Ball touches his fingers, he gets right into his motion.
And the basket by Antetokounmpo.
They have no answer defensively inside.
George against Lillard. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Kuzma. Fast break. Here we go. Offensive board. Antetokounmpo. The pass to Lillard. 3 ball from Lillard.
You cannot let Dame get good looks, especially from the corner.
Clarkson outside. Back to George. And he's going for the lob. Lopez with the steal. And here comes the break. He goes up. Giannis with a ferocious take.
And the game plan for them should be simple. Keep getting it to Giannis. The Greek freak is on fire.
Here's George. Clarkson outside. Back to George.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
To the paint. Kicks it out to Collins. And again, unable to change momentum here. Milwaukee leading by 11. Here's Trent. Good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist. Lillard's got his 4th assist in this one. A minute 42 left to play in the second quarter. George scanning the floor. Here's Collins. Oh, okay then.
With a little bit of style, John Collins up and off his feet.
Bobby Portis has checked in for Antetokounmpo. All right, a moment now to bring up last season's top rebounding teams. In the 3rd spot, the Jazz.
Well, they made a huge commitment to rebounding last year, and it showed in the numbers. They were spectacular.
Lillard passes to Trent. Kuzma outside. No good on the 3. Jazz trail by 11. Pass to Markkanen. Kicks it to George. Markkanen sets a screen. George with it, and it's Trent picking him up. And that one's good. Clarkson.
Yeah, to me, it's always a great sign when the 3 ball is falling for Jordan Clarkson.
Lopez, the screen on George. Pulls it from 20. That's good on the jumper. Lillard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They're going old school out there now, working the mid-range part of the floor.
Over to the wing. Clarkson outside. Let's go with a 3. It's hauled in by Portis.
And it's amazing. Their slim advantage on the board seems a lot larger than it is.
Here's Lillard. The rebound by Markkanen. Markkanen's got 4 rebounds now. Trent finds Lillard. Back to Trent. Pass to Portis. Out to Lillard. There's the 3. Knocks it down from distance. Lillard's got 13.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And so we've reached the end of the first half of play. Bucks ahead. They lead by 13. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Doc, as this team continues to develop, what's going to be most critical to really taking your play to the next level?
Continuity offensively, and then being on the same page defensively. We have so much left. If we can get on the same page defensively, we can be really good.
The more reps, the better. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the half-court shot. Drum roll. They're thinking about the shot. Nice try. It's all good. One more time, a round of applause for our contestant.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. An uphill battle so far for the Utah Jazz.
It's not a huge deficit on the boards, but enough to where they're giving away possessions, and that adds up, guys.
Yeah, if they're playing a comeback, better rebounding is where they need to start.
Next up, let's take a look at our latest power rankings.
You look at the Jazz, they're still at the bottom third of the league. Something will need to change for them to move up in the rankings.
We knew this team would need time to figure things out, and we were right. Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been a clinic out there by Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And just halfway through this contest, he's already registered a double-double.
That takes a level of aggression and a level of focus, and he has brought it all night thus far.
Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards, and it's Kuzma in at the 3. That's Doc Rivers 5 as we get into the second half. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. Grant, Kyle Kuzma is an instinctual scorer who gets it done in a variety of ways.
He's especially skilled inside the painted area, but he's a capable shooter from mid-range and beyond the arc. Plus, he's someone you can rely on in the clutch.
And he's good on the second. Doris, we know how big fashion is in today's NBA. Perhaps no one showcases this more than Kyle Kuzma.
And you can tell, B.A., Kuz definitely has some fun with some of the outfit choices. He does not mind causing a stir on social media, and he does not mind pushing boundaries.
Oh, a high flyer. Collins playing above the rim, then coming down with force. And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Markkanen for 3. Giannis with the rebound. Antetokounmpo has got 11 rebounds in the game. To the inside. Fader on the way. Utah grabs the miss. Kessler's got rebound number 8 now. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Now Clarkson. He's got 5. 6 to shoot. Markkanen outside. There's the triple. Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
Count the basket.
And Giannis has a ridiculous combination of size, skill, and athleticism.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
Once again, give it up for your forward crew.
And it's Utah with the ball. They trail by 16. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And he lobs it up to the rim. And finished off by Kessler.
Exactly where Kessler gets so much of his offensive performance done, right at the cup.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, the Bucks creating an elite tandem last season, pairing Giannis with Damian Lillard, who said people want it to just click right away, but when you put 2 guys together who have always had the ball in their hands, it's going to take time to learn how to play off of one another. It's about making sure we continue to grow. B.A.?
That's a good perspective, Allie. Thanks. Clarkson. Count it. Clarkson's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
You got to bring more fire than that to stop Clarkson. He's a pro at fending off tight defense.
Antetokounmpo surveys. Lopez, the screen. Pass to Trent. The Bucks need to get up a shot here. And he makes it. Lopez has got 5.
Well, Lopez so comfortable down inside. This is where he makes his living.
George against Lillard. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board. And so it's Lillard who brings up the ball for Milwaukee. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Antetokounmpo against George. Pass to Collins. Back to George. Now here's Clarkson. It's Markkanen on the wing. Now here's Kessler, defended by Lillard. Three-pointer. And Kessler gets the three. Kessler's gotten his second bucket.
Mr. Kessler showing off a little range. Wow.
For three, here's Lillard. Utah grabs the miss.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Trent against Clarkson. It's stolen by Kuzma. And the Bucks pushing it up now. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
Opportunistic play on the defensive end by Kyle Kuzma. Excellent job.
And that was our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, bringing you the sauce. George against Lillard. That's tipped. George passes to Kessler. For three, Collins. It's cleared by Damian Lillard. Milwaukee leading by 13. Pass to Kuzma. And stolen by Markkanen. Lillard against George. Back to Markkanen. Kessler passes to George. And here's Collins. The three. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Clarkson. All right, let's look back on last season for a moment. Here were your scoring leaders. Second is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
This is a guy who never took a night off. You look at his numbers, and you know that he put in a tremendous effort every single game.
Porter Jr., he's checked in for the Bucks. The Bucks have gone 4 of 9 in the third quarter. Antetokounmpo with it. Picked up by Collins. Porter against George. Porter gets the bucket. And the Bucks lead by 15.
Nice job by Porter Jr. attacking the interior, going after a close-range shot.
It's Markkanen on the wing, guarded by Trent. Markkanen outside. Fires from deep. Oh, the soft touch from Markkanen, the 7-footer.
Boy, you have got to be willing to close when Markkanen is out on the perimeter. His shot will punish you because it's a sweet shooting stroke.
Lillard outside. Back to Antetokounmpo. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for two. They'll pin that one on John Collins. And a vital mission for the NBA, mental health. Commissioner Silver has said it's the most important issue for the league.
And I applaud Adam for those comments he's made about it. I mean, the season is so difficult. It can really take a toll on your mind. So it's great the league is trying to help players out through this.
For the Jazz, Filipowski, he's checked in for John Collins. And Sexton subbed in for George. And the second free throw is good.
And Giannis will just about do anything the coaching staff asks. A true team player.
Clarkson outside. Trent against Markkanen. Rebounded by the Bucks. At one point, they led by 16.
I'll tell you, this guy is doing absolutely everything he can to get himself going, but the team is struggling because he's struggling.
The fadeaway. Yep, count it. Markkanen's got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, Markkanen looking really confident in the mid-range. We're accustomed to seeing him want the three-point shot, but take what the defense gives you.
Antetokounmpo outside. Rebound, Utah. Kessler's got 11 rebounds in the game. Markkanen, the pass to Sexton. Back to Markkanen. 5 to shoot. Pass to Clarkson. No good with the triple. The Bucks leading by 11. Here's Antetokounmpo. Now Trent. Jacks up a three. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort.
I'll tell you, his shot is just lost right now. There's just no consistency. Amazing that they're still up in this basketball game.
You know, for a swingman, Trent has good size and is a sturdy, strong presence to him.
Oh, yeah, he sure is. He can make an impact on the defensive end with the attributes you just talked about. Not only can he be a stopper, though, let's remember this guy can get hot as a shooter. You better look out. He can get on a heater.
Here's Filipowski. Antetokounmpo covering. Here's Clarkson on target from about 13 feet. Clarkson's got 9 points.
Well, Jordan Clarkson came into the NBA as an aggressive scorer, and in the mid-range, he is as good as it gets.
And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. He wants to review the game plan. Milwaukee making some changes. Sims, he's checked in for Lopez. Portis comes in for Antetokounmpo. And Green is subbed in for Trent. Sensabaugh is checked in for Utah. Collier comes in for Clarkson. Oh, Lillard shrugs off the contact.
And if you're guarding Dame in the pick and roll, you need to stop the ball. Lillard can just eat you alive.
Here's Collier. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. 5 points in the game.
They're really looking to that inside game here in the second half, getting away from taking a bunch of threes.
Lillard finds Portis. Takes the three. It's hauled in by Sensabaugh.
He started out strong. 3 threes in the first half, but the long ball has disappeared on him since.
Down low. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. Utah making a switch here. Hendricks is checked in. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Bucks?
They've been all about high percentage looks in this game, working the ball inside and doing whatever it takes to get it to go.
I think it's also important we mention the number of assists this group has tallied. Their offense continues to just hum along right now.
Here's Lillard. Again, the miss by Lillard. Jazz trail by 8. Pass to Collier. And a bit of a battle for the ball, and the officials signal a jump ball here.
Jump ball call.
Sexton with it. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Banked it in off the glass. Sexton's got 6.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Outside Porter. Launches it. It's rebounded by Hendricks. Utah has gone 2 of 6 from downtown here in the second half. Here's Filipowski. Off target at the rim.
Unbelievable. He blew that look, guys. No clue what went wrong there.
Lillard passes to Portis. There's 14 seconds left in the third. Pass to Hendricks. Tipped. Here's Porter. And he can't jam it through. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. We'll be right back with you shortly. Moment ago, head coach Doc Rivers in the huddle.
It's about our defense, guys. Hey, listen, we played great defense. We had a 5-minute stretch where we let them score points. Other than that, our defense has been great. We got to keep.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth. We've got Colin Sexton. He's out there with Collier. Sviatoslav Mikhailuk is out there with Filipowski. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 4. And so it's Antetokounmpo with it. He brings it up for Milwaukee. At one point, they led by 16.
And showing the point guard instincts there. Boy, Giannis can make it look easy.
Here's Collier. Here's Mikhailuk. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Pass to Green. Portis the screen. Pulls it in from the elbow. And that one's good. Green.
And he couldn't get an easier shot. The defense right now just looks defeated.
Well, simply stated, simply not enough effort. Not enough attention to detail. They've gotten run over this evening.
Sexton. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot. And will go to the line. Well, when you talk about the most underrated players in the league, Doris, Sexton has to be in the conversation.
Well, let's begin with the fact that he's an absolutely fearless scorer, a tough competitor, an improved facilitator. There's grit, determination. He's willing to get into you defensively. He is somebody that will compete on the defensive end.
Portis, left side. Shoots over Filipowski, and that one's long. Jazz trail by 8. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Pass to Collier. This one for 3. Rebound, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo has got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. On the wing, Porter. Utah with the rebound.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Pass to Jose. The 3 is up. The Jazz again can't hit. Milwaukee leading by 8. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Look at Giannis playing big inside against contact.
Oh, man, the balance of muscle Giannis possesses is tremendous. Phenomenal at scoring on physical defenses.
For 3, Collier. Counted from distance.
Well, that's a case where your teammates are showing trust in you, and he comes through with flying colors.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's covered closely. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. Antetokounmpo's got 9 points here in the second half. Jazz trail by 9. Here's Collier. Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Collier. Here's Sexton. It's hauled in by Portis. Milwaukee leading by 9. Antetokounmpo, left side. Portis, left side. Shoots over Filipowski. Pass to Rollins. Porter from outside. He drops it from range. And the Bucks lead by 12.
Puts one in the eye of the defense. First triple of the evening.
Here's Collier. Here's Filipowski. From the high post. Collier, no good. Milwaukee has gone 2 of 2 from outside so far in the fourth. Porter looks it over. Pass to Portis. Now here's Sexton. He's closely guarded. Here's Jose. Rejected by Antetokounmpo. Outside Porter. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. Back to Porter. Here's Rollins. Pass to Antetokounmpo. It's hauled in by Sensabaugh.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Here's Sexton. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Sexton's got 5 points in the quarter.
You love that this guy doesn't get down on himself after a rough first half. Keep your composure and keep grinding.
Green finds Antetokounmpo. Here's Porter. Screen by Antetokounmpo. the body control of Giannis.
Well, you love his effort level, right? Particularly when it's winning time. He is going for the finish.
Here's Collier. He's guarded by Porter. He gets it in there. And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. And the Bucks will go for a different look here. Brook Lopez is checked in for Portis. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Green. Gary Trent Jr., he's checked in for Rollins. And Lillard subbed in for Porter Jr. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers' huddle, and they told their team, no easy threes. Let's guard that arc. Don't let anyone get an open look. With the lead, they want to close this one out with their perimeter defense. Let's see if they do, Brian.
All right, Allie, thanks once again.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
And Antetokounmpo the bucket on the assist by Lillard. Lillard's got 5 assists tonight. Jazz trail by 12. George with it. Clarkson outside. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
Well, after hitting one triple in the first half, it's been all radio silence since.
Lillard outside. On the wing, Kuzma. Offensive rebound. Out to Lillard. Second chance effort. Buries the jump shot. Lillard's got 19 points.
You can see why they go to this guy so often. More often than not, he's going to be very efficient like he is right here.
Pass to Markkanen. Pulls it from the top of the key. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Lopez has got 5 rebounds in the game. Antetokounmpo outside. Trent on the wing. Now Lillard. Kuzma outside. Good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist. And the Bucks lead by 17.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Markkanen outside. George outside. Markkanen with a screen on Lillard. Here's George. That one's off. Still out of sync. And so it's Lillard who brings up the ball for the Bucks. A 17-point lead, their biggest. And here is Antetokounmpo. Out to Lillard. There's another rebound.
Rebound after rebound after rebound.
He is crashing with energy. Man, you gotta love it. Jazz trail by 17. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
And he lobs it up. Oh, and Markkanen finishes.
Yeah, Markkanen, a big-time athlete. Set that lob up in the air, and he'll finish.
Collins against Antetokounmpo. Pass to Trent. Lopez for 3. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight.
And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission, and you can bag up this win for the Bucks.
All their efforts on the boards ended up paying off.
And just 2 tough rebounding teams, but they gave the extra effort and were rewarded for it.
And they'll chalk this up as their 3rd win of the year.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
His range and timing protecting the rim, he blocked a lot of shots and altered even more.
41 seconds left in the 4th. Now George. Markkanen outside. Collins finds Clarkson. For 3. Buries it from 3. Now here's Antetokounmpo. No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort.
Lopez passes to Antetokounmpo. And he's knocked off course by the D. So the foul is called, and he'll shoot free throws. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
Lauri Markkanen, first personal foul. First team foul. At the line for 2.
He misses the free throw. And he sinks the second. So this one belongs to the Bucks. A clean win, and one where they clearly showed better energy.
Yes, so true. They put on a show here at home, and I really think they had that extra swagger and confidence too.
All right, let's send it down to Allie LaForce, who's with our player of the game.
Giannis, a tremendous performance. What enabled you to win this game so convincingly?
It was a team effort. I think we came out, we did not mess around with the game. We did our job, we defended, we moved the ball. That's why we were able to close the game.
Giannis always recognizing the importance of his teammates. Thanks so much, Giannis.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll do it, folks. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. And time now to introduce our player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.